Whoop. And that's our first spillage. So I wish I was lying when I tell you that I've not painted for 3 years or even touched paint. However, I fear I am not. This is what I'm working with. I have no idea if any of it is even alive. The pad I'm working with is mixed media. I have an idea in mind, but no references on hand. I think we're just going to see how it goes. I'm thinking of doing a cat in a stream. I wish my cat liked water. Unfortunately, though, she's just not built for it. I can't really blame her. Let's just get into the paint already. If this is all dry, I'm going to be very sad. Okay, well, something's... Oh, perfect. Uh-oh, I might have just made a terrible mistake. Because blue has got to go over that bit later. Okay, that is layer 1 of paint. Yeah, how do you think I did my first painting? No? Okay, great. I think, yeah, it's dry enough. Okay, no, I was wrong. Okay. I'm going to stop before I just give us a muddy sky. Okay. What about green? Because green's right next to yellow on the color wheel, so in theory it should be okay, right? It should be fine, right? Please come out okay. Even better, I'll do it one better and I'll mix some yellow into the green. So we've got more of a lime green going. How about that? The worst that can happen is I've tried something and it didn't work out how I wanted it to. And that's okay. I really don't want to get any paint on our little cat's face. I'm so used to working with clipping masks and alpha lock. I'm not sure, we're either going to have to put a lot of blue on here, or maybe I'm using the wrong blue. Let's put this one on the palette as well. Yeah, I think we could benefit from trying the other blue. Okay, that's saturated and bright, which is fine. I'm not sure if that's what I want to go for or not, but my mind's made up for me, it seems. I think between these two blues, it's going to work out fine. Problem with the page lifting like this, because I've not taped it down or soaked it to prep it or anything, is it means all the paint is going to pool at the... Yeah. I've not set myself up for success here. What's important is that I've broken the streak, and hopefully, now I know better, I'll continue to do better. I think deciding to do the yellow underwash was probably my biggest mistake with this. There we go. That is a much needed texture. I don't want to do too much of the detailing or like this longer grass, simply because it will make painting with water a lot harder, but it's fine. I feel a certain level of pressure on me. I feel like if I do badly, I am proving a lot of the people who are like, digital artists aren't real artists, right? Right, I feel like I'm proving them right. But that's, I don't know, digital artists are real artists. Whether or not they can paint traditionally. Because we've reached a point in humanity where some artists are being born that um that may not use paint outside of a primary school setting with the accessibility of things like iPads now. Not that iPads are very accessible, they're still very much a luxury, but it was a choice. It was a choice I made a few years back. I was like, I could either spend the £500 I had saved up on a bunch of markers that are going to dry out in about a year's time, if that, or I could get an iPad that's going to allow me to create a lot more for a long time. And I did. I ended up using that iPad for a good 5 years before it eventually almost quite literally crashed and burned. I don't know if I should try do these or not. I'm gonna try. I know it's not very descript what I was doing over here with just these lines, and it's not trees, surprisingly. I wanted to do some. I really want some tall foxglove bushes, but they do look a lot like trees, and I might end up having to turn them into trees. The problem with traditional or painting is unless you're using something like oils, which I don't have access to, you kind of have to do a lot of work in the sketch stage to make it look alright. And I am an avid hater of sketching. So we don't get along well, me and traditional, because of that, I guess. When I'm working with gel pencil, I'm not excited to get ahead of myself onto the paint. I do think I do enjoy it more. However, I'm not thinking using colours when I do that. So when I'm thinking about going into a painting, I think a lot more about the colours. And that's where I get hung up because I really want to just get started. I don't remember if that was a fish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we're safe. Pro tip. Oh, not really, but fun tip. Use odd numbers when drawing. I don't know why or how it works, but odd numbers are where it's at. I can't really see this section because it's still wet and the camera. No, the light I have for filming is glaring at it. So I'm currently like all the way over here to be able to see it. I think I am going to go with a calico or tabby, orange tabby, simply because it's gonna pop so nicely against that dark green. I have no idea what to do about the sky area. I think maybe I should just bring the greenery up a whole lot in the form of bushes and such. Let's do a quick experiment over here where I kind of wanted a bush anyway. Yeah, we'll just do a bunch of that. Maybe the best way to paint water is for it to just be water. This works. I'm not sure what it is, but it works. And I should have done it sooner because there's going to be gaps around things. It's not going to look as clean. Oh well. What about this is screaming clean anyway. A fish! Woo! Yippee! The cat needs a little red collar to match. Absolutely. Maybe I'll make that a bush too. Yeah, because I don't like grass at this point. I like this brush for bush making. This is a good brush bush. Brush bush? Bush brush. A lot of what I like about digital art, to be honest, is not having to change your brush and to change your color and to mix the color and to refill the color, so to speak. Okay, nope. I've reached a point where I need that yellow. Is that the same yellow? It's not, is it? It's not. I'm going to just ignore that other yellow for now. So I am going to have to lose these foxglove spikes, but don't worry, they'll still be there. I'm still gonna do the foxgloves. I just don't quite know. There's gonna be a bunch of flowers when I finally get around to doing them. I think my paintbrush is a bit overloaded. Okay. I reckon once I've done this fence bit, I'm going to leave it alone to dry a bit more, and then I'll come back and attack it again. So I don't think red foxgloves are a thing. I do think they are like pink and purple and white typically. Oh, I could try do white ones. Or really light creamy yellow, maybe. It would just have to be a really thick paint. Really thick paint job. That works, I'd say. That works. They don't all have to have white flowers on them. I'm, again, very much going for implied detail. I like those so much, I kind of want to try do some daisies. Or implied daisies, we can say. Add some variation to this grass. I think I should do a light pink one. Okay, that's a bit too much. Lily pads, yay or nay? I mean, we've already got some, but do we want lilies on our lily pads? I don't know. Maybe just the one. These are very subtle flowers, and that's fine. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this once it's finished. Yeah, what should I do with it? I'll leave it up to you. Should I hang it in my room or should I list it on my site? What should I do with it? I'm scared to do the cat. I feel like it's time. I just want to make sure we've got some clean boundaries to be working with though. They'd pass us more pink flowers, and I'm fine with that. This is a pink flower field at this point. I love when all the fields are covered with flowers. Okay. I'm not quite sure how we got here. But now all we have left to do is our cat friend. Our cat friend, I think, is going to match the fish because he's going to have a yellow bell. Well, he's going to have a red bell. Yeah, red collar with a yellow bell. If I can get that to work. Okay, are we ready? I don't know if I am. There is no going back now. I think we're gonna be okay. Would it be cheating if I enhance him with some colored pencils? You know what? I think I've made my own rules and enough of this has been painted. So I will give him his face with pencil. That was scary, but now it is done. You get to decide how you view my art. Take a break, let it completely dry, and then we'll attack it with some pencil. So it's been about 40 minutes, and in the meantime, I've hit the absolute jackpot by finding a whole pencil set. I should probably leave it longer, but I'm getting antsy and I really want to get started, or should I say finished, with this piece. I have no idea if these pencils are actually any good, but there's no harm in finding out. Unless they're awful and leave huge marks all over the page, then I guess there is, and we might have a problem. They seem to be okay, but it's not really sticking anywhere to where there's already paint. I'm really sad to say, but my phone died and I didn't notice until I went to get it off the tripod because I had finished. To give you a rough gist of what happened, I gave up on pencils and I decided to go back in with my brush, my really thin brush. I'm happy to tell you now that it's finished and show it to you. So what's next? Should I try and paint the Mona Lisa?